For this first exercise of the chapter, we're going to build a simple calculator class. So we'll get started. Understand that this is going to be a very simple class and not something that I would consider a finished calculator program, but something certainly that you could build on and turn into a fairly decent program. So we have class calculator. We're only going to have one data member, and we don't really even need that, but we'll have a result data member that we can use to store the results of our calculations. We'll only have one constructor, and all it will do is set the result to 0. It's not really going to do much of anything. We don't need much in our constructor at this point. Then we'll have a series of methods that are based on the operations. So our first one will be add, which will take two operands. It will add the two operands together, store them in result, and then return the result. And you're probably thinking, yes, we could have just returned the result of adding the two operands together, but I want to go ahead and store the result. If we decide to build on this calculator, we'll need the result if we want to create more of a running calculator, where we store the result and then add another number to it or subtract or perform another operation. Now we're going to do the same thing for subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let's run through that very quickly. Result equals operand 1 minus operand 2. Return result. And then public double product. We won't say multiply. Product sounds better. Double operand 1, double operand 2. Result equals operand 1 times operand 2. Return result. And then finally, public double divide. Double operand 1, double operand 2. Result equals operand 1 divided by operand 2. Return result. And that's all we need for right now. So we'll close the class. Come into our main program. Call the constructor. We'll call our object calc equals new calculator. And then all we need here are a series of console write line statements. Calc add 1 and 1. Console write line calc subtract 12.2, 1.1. Product of 12 and 12. And then console write line calc divide 2.3 and 0.75. I've not extended this program to the extent that you could, and I'm not using it in a more interactive way. What I want to do at this point is kind of give you some things to build on by giving you a beginnings of a program and then letting you extend it and make something even better than what I'm showing you. What I've given you is essentially a way to create an object-oriented calculator. Now what I'd hope you would do is find a better way to turn this into a more workable program using some sort of interaction like a loop with prompts. The prompts would be stored where operand 1 and 2 go. Prompt the user for two numbers and an operator, and then call the correct operation based on that, just like we've done in the other versions of the calculator. But rather than show you all that and pretty much give it away, I want you to kind of use your imagination, take my basic idea, and turn it into something a little bit better. So let's run this program, and those all look correct. So there's an example of a object-oriented calculator. And like I've just said, it's meant to be simple so that you can get creative and figure out some better ways to use it. Now we're going to move to the next exercise where we extend the time class and make it a little bit more useful and show a practical example or two.